Well, good evening, everybody. Hey, you having fun so far? I am. Although I'm done, I'm going home. I'm going to let Wally take over for the rest of the night. So I want to first tell you that so far, with your help, we have raised $1,265 for Dana-Farber's head and neck cancer division. And then, back there behind my drums, somebody handed me a check for $5,000. So we've got $6,265 to head and neck cancer, Dana-Farber division. Thank you all so much. So you all heard this. You probably have all heard the story how when I was done with head and neck cancer treatment in 2006, my doctor wanted to start a patient advocacy group, and I didn't really know what that was, but I'm like, yeah, sure, we'll help you, whatever we can do. So a couple of weeks after that, I'm driving home, and I'm on Sirius Radio, the Dead station, and there's an interview with this guy here, Mark Karan. And he had just gone back to Rat Dog, and he was talking about treatment and what it was like and all that. So I went on his website, and I sent an email, and I just said, hey, Mark, I had head and neck cancer, too. My doctor, Marshall Posner, was the one that treated me at Dana-Farber. He wants to do a patient advocacy group. I don't really know what it means, but I'm not looking for money. I'm not looking for Rat Dog backstage passes, which I really was looking for, and I got. I'm not looking for Rat Dog fundraisers, but I don't know, maybe you want to lend your name to it. An hour later, I get an email back from Mark's ex-wife that says, Dr. Marshall Posner, oh my God, that's the doctor that gave Mark's doctor the formula to cure him. So from there, we have just been buddies ever since. So, now, we got another story for you. This guy. Before I knew Mark had head and neck cancer, I was at this event, 2007, and this woman came up to me who was a friend of a friend, Deanne, and she said, a friend of mine just went through what you went through. I just heard about it, and would you be willing to talk to his wife? He's all done with treatment. And I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll talk to his wife. She got in touch with me by email. We talked on the phone. I'm like, Wally Ingram, that name sounds familiar. Is he a drummer? Yeah, he played with Sheryl Crow and Widespread Panic. And man, it just went on and on. So
this is David Lindley's shirt I'm wearing tonight.
All right, so I'll be done. I promise I'll be done in less than 30 seconds. So then I saw her on Facebook I don't know when it was sometime in the spring, where Wally posted, it was, I don't know how many years out of treatment. He was just feeling so good with everything. I'm like, you know what? I bet I could get Wally to come out here too. So I reached out, and he's like, absolutely, sure. So without any further ado, I'll let Mark say a few words, Wally say a few words, and thank you all. It's very nice of you.
Thanks, Joe. I don't really know what I can add to what Joe just said. I mean, he kind of said it all. I mean, I'm grateful to be alive. I think all three of us can get away with saying that. Absolutely. When I got diagnosed, the doctors told my ex-wife that there was about a 10% chance I'd still be walking around. So bucking 90% odds is, I feel very blessed. And Joe has been wonderful ever since we've gotten to know each other. We've been friends. But he's had me out here, I think, pretty much every year since we got to know each other, doing benefits for the Oral Cancer Foundation and for the whole cancer program at Dana-Farber. So thank you, Joe. And I gotta say, I really believe, whatever anybody believes about their spirituality, their religion, whatever, I really believe in some version of the power of prayer. When I was sick, I had all these rat dog people in my life that were sending me get well vibes, energy, prayers, whatever you want to call it. And I absolutely believe it helped. So I want to say right now that anybody that either knows or doesn't know, for that matter, David Lindley, who Wally used to play with, he's not doing too great right now. He's in the hospital. And so any prayers and vibes in that direction would be much appreciated.
Hear, hear. It's kind of why I'm honoring him by wearing this shirt he gave me some 30 years ago or whatever. And this, he liked to name the shirts or describe them. And this one is what you see when you rub your eyes too hard. So, and I think he's pretty much right on with that one. But when I got the call from Joe asking if I would participate in this, it's one of those things where you don't really think twice, because it's a kind of a no-brainer. For one thing, it's something, it's so close to me. It's something I'm a survivor of, something I feel like I can stand up and maybe be of inspiration to somebody going through it, or having had gone through it, or know somebody who has a challenge. And anytime anyone ever asks me to participate, you just kind of say, yeah, where do I go? And I met Mark because of our perils, let's say. He was diagnosed about a year after me, and a friend said, I think Mark Karan has a similar thing to you. And sure enough, he did. And I spent a lot of time with his ex-wife on the phone, coaching her. He said, Mark doesn't really want to know what's going to happen, but tell me what's going to happen, because I want to know. But sure enough, I ended up getting to play on his album, which was an amazing testament to what he went through, walking through the fire. And I was able to play with him, and I kind of fell into the whole Grateful Dead camp, just literally dropped into it. And I played with a lot of people there, and it's an honor. So yeah, I appreciate you mentioning David. I saw him a couple weeks ago. He's struggling, but we're hoping for, good things to come in there. And hey, man, Joe, thank you for putting this on. Thank you all for supporting this cause. Wish you all well. Enjoy the second set.
I just have one last thing to say. Somebody reached out on Facebook when we posted this show, saying that they were coming and that they had a relative that was going through this at the moment. If you're here, just come and see me at some point. I've got something for you. Thank you.